Hi everybody, Outdoorsman Gary Heydrich here. As you can see, I'm down by the Kimberlin City Bridge, which earlier in the week there was so much water at Table Rock Lake, they actually closed the bridge overnight. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that before since I've been here about 20 years. Well, Table Rock Lake is high and a lot of dingy water. There's some muddy water. There's some stained water, which I like, and that's what I'm going to look for the upcoming weekend. You know, the next couple of days, it's going to be beautiful here in the Ozarks, in the Table Rock area. In fact, they're talking about maybe 80 degrees. Don't be afraid of the high water. I love high water. I love high water fishing for bass fishing. And I tell you what, go shallow. There's a couple baits that I'd use this weekend. One would be the spinner bait, and I've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks on the program. Now I'm really pushing the spinner bait because up in that high water, the new water area, oh boy, there's a lot of shad moving up there, and the bass are cruising looking for shad. So spinner baits in the stained water, a nickel blade's fine, but if you get in dirtier water, I like the gold blade. So look at this. And another thing, if you're not finding them up real shallow, move off to about 15, 20, 25 feet of water and use that Ned rig. I promise you, you're going to catch them on spinner baits or Ned rigs for the upcoming weekend. Well, my buddy Catfish Rick and I went a couple days ago and kind of toured the Table Rock Lake area. We looked at the Kimberlin City Bridge, and it was even higher than it's dropped a couple feet since we were here 2 or 3 days ago. We went down to the dam. Take a look at this dam. The other day there was 62,000 cubic feet of water per second coming over that dam. All 10 gates were open. Unbelievable. Look at this. That's a lot of water, folks. 62,000 cubic feet of water. Not an hour, I'm talking about a second. Unbelievable. Okay, we moved on down and looked at Taneycomo. Here's the overview. You can see the dam off from a distance. You can look down and see the water rushing through Lake Taneycomo. And then we went down into the proper of Lake Taneycomo, and look at this. This is really sad. These folks went through this, I think this is the third time in the last few years. Look at these flooded houses. Oh, it's just heartbreaking. My heart goes out to you folks that live down there, and a lot of damage. Look at this water in these homes. Oh, sad deal. Okay, getting back from the pictures and photos and videos I shot the last few days, we're out here at Table Rock today. I wanted you to look at some of this, the areas that are flooded. Don't be afraid to use those spinner baits up in the real shallow water like I mentioned. And then if you're not finding them there, those isolated the new trees and brush that's in the water, just sticking out of the water, bring that buzz bait, or excuse me, a spinner bait right up to that tree. Work it kind of fast, and when you get to the tree, let it drop a second, then move it again. Oh, those bass will come out of that tree and smoke it. And sometimes these fish are right up in the grass line, the new grass lines. And real shallow, as I mentioned. I do want to say this, Taneycomo, I don't know what to tell you this weekend. That's going to be a tough deal. Bull shoals, they're doing the same thing, a lot of water. And look at bull shoals, another picture I want to show you. This picture is K-Dock earlier in the week. Look at all the debris out around the docks. Unbelievable photo. So, boy, watch out when you're headed out this weekend, Table Rock. Watch for the debris. Now, one other thing on water clarity, the James is pretty dirty, folks. There's no doubt about that. But Rick and I were looking at the White River today, and it looks real good. There's going to be a lot of good color water, off-colored stained water, and even right at clear water up the White River if you're looking for this. The dam area has been pretty clear the last few days, but it should start staining up. But there's good water, good fishing at Table Rock. Don't let this high water keep you out. Rick, come on in for a second. We'll close this in. This is my buddy. You've seen my buddy Catfish Rick before. And cat fisherman. This guy can catch catfish. Rick, tell me about, should the cat fisherman be scared of this high water?
No, I love fishing in this high water. I like using drop lines off the trees that are up in the areas that are flooded, and I catch a lot of big catfish this way.
Okay, drop lines. What do you like shad baits or
I
perch?
use shad and perch,
All right.
whichever I can get.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you catfishermen, don't be afraid to get out there and fish this weekend. That's one thing I like about Gary Heydrich Outdoors and Fishing Chums. We like to talk about all kinds of fishing. Bass, when the walleye are going good, the crappie are going. So it's a new show on the block. We want to invite you to like and share. That helps us out. Yeah. And also subscribe. Like I say every week, it don't cost nothing. Just push that button and subscribe. That way you'll get all the new information coming your way on the show and when they're going to be out. So if you have any photos, be sure to send them in at fishingchums@gmail.com. From Kimberlin City with my buddy Catfish Rick. Have yourself a good weekend. It's going to be beautiful. Get out and get bit. Happy outdoors, everyone.
Go fishing.